All right, let's talk about something absolutely critical in modern software development: pull requests and code review. You know, building amazing software isn't really about one person's solitary genius anymore. It's a team sport. It's all about how a team works together.
And to really get why this matters so much, we've got to start by busting a huge myth about programming.
I mean, we've all seen it in the movies, right? The hacker in a dark room, hoodie up, just furiously typing away. But the reality is, that romantic idea is almost never how professional, high-quality software actually gets made.
So it makes you ask the question, doesn't it? How is great software built? Well, it's not through isolation. It's through collaboration. And that collaboration is designed to solve a very specific and, frankly, very risky problem.
So what is this risky problem? Well, it all comes down to what happens when you have a bunch of different developers all trying to combine their new code into the one official version of the project.
So really, you've got two ways you can go here. On one side, you have the direct merge. A developer finishes their work and just kind of shoves it right into the main code base. I mean, sure, it's fast, but wow, is it dangerous. You could be introducing all sorts of bugs, breaking things for everybody else, and your team has no clue what just happened. But then on the other side, you have the pull request. It's safe, it's reviewed, it's collaborative, and the whole team is kept in the loop. There's a reason this is the professional standard.
You know, if a direct merge is like just barging into a room and rearranging all the furniture without asking anyone, there's a much more polite and way more effective way to do things. You propose the change first.
And that proposal, that's what we call a pull request, or a PR for short. The whole genius of it is right there in the name. You're not forcing your code in. You're creating a formal request to have your changes pulled into the main project. Just that little shift in language, from pushing to requesting a pull, it changes the entire dynamic of how you work.
So a pull request isn't just some technical step you have to do. It completely transforms merging your work from a solo kind of reckless action into a team conversation. It's basically an open invitation for your coworkers to discuss, improve, and ultimately approve your code together.
Okay, now this is where the magic really happens. Once you open that pull request, you kick off a process called code review. At its heart, the whole point is just to get a second pair of eyes on your work. I mean, think about it. How many times have you missed a simple typo just because you've been staring at the same document for hours? Having a teammate you trust look over your code gives you so much confidence, and it is one of the absolute best ways to catch mistakes before they become real problems. And a really good code review does way more than just find bugs. It's also about making sure there are enough automated tests in place, checking that the new code follows the team's style, and, just making it easier to read and maintain down the road. But maybe the most important thing is how it transfers knowledge. Junior devs learn from senior devs. And hey, even the senior folks can learn a new trick or two. And if you think this is just some nice-to-have thing, get this. At Google, absolutely no code, none, gets into their main code base unless at least one other person has reviewed it. Even for a tiny one-line change, that second look is mandatory. That tells you everything you need to know about how important this is in the real world.
So how do teams actually make this process work, day in and day out? Well, this whole workflow is guided by two simple but incredibly powerful principles.
Yep, these two rules are basically the North Star for any professional development team. They're the foundation that makes everything else we've talked about possible.
So rule number one is never push red. Now, in the dev world, red means your code is failing its automated tests. Think of these tests as a safety net that runs in the background, making sure your new code doesn't accidentally break anything that was already working. If those tests fail, you get a big red light. It is a non-negotiable stop sign that protects the entire project from falling apart.
And that first rule leads directly to the ultimate goal, our second golden rule. The main branch, sometimes called master or main, has to always be stable, tested, and ready to be released to customers at a moment's notice. The entire system of pull requests and code reviews is built to protect this stability, to make sure the core product just always works.
So, this leaves us with a pretty interesting final thought. We all spend so much time learning how to write code, but what if learning how to review code, how to collaborate, give great feedback, and really understand someone else's work is actually the more important skill for building truly incredible software? It's definitely something to think about.